Let's grab that 5x5 graphic. You are right here right now. You might want to go here. Okay. So, illegal section, illegal macros, and shader lookup tables. We have moved this lookup table here. And shader source fragment 6, here's where we move the lookup table from. And use advanced auto tiling section. We have a macro for the geometry layer, which is 0, and then done2 is dividing the current tile we're on into partitions. So splitting it in half on the X and Y axis so we can figure out which quadrant we're in. Here is the 5x5 graphic we want encoded into a U32. So we're using 25 bits of a U32 to encode a 5x5 bitmap. And this is tile quad X, Y, and the index representation of this XY. This is the 4-set cell X and Y and the index representation of it. So the 4-set, this is the index, right? So 12 would be, it would be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 3, right? So down here, we need to figure out which quad of the cell we're in. So TQX and TQY, we got to figure out which side we're on. So here is the midline. If we're to the right of the midline, then we are 1. And if we are not to the right, we're on the left, then we have 0. And then we're going to convert that 1, 0 address for the X and Y to an index here. And that's going to be 0, 1, 2, or 3. Then we're going to use the touching value in combination with this quadrant index to look up the correct 4-set X and Y, convert the 4-set X and Y to an index, and then we're going to use this index to look up the graphic. So here we are seeking to the correct layer, then we're seeking to the correct tile graphic, and then we're getting out the correct 4-set 5x5 graphic for this, right? So this right here, the final seek position, right? This is the tile, and then we want to seek to one of these 5x5 graphics. So this 13 is a 5x5 graphic, the 10 is a 5x5 graphic, etc. So once we have this 5x5 graphic, we eventually want to get the bits out of it because it's a tiny little bitmap, and we'll have to divide our quadrant into 5x5 partitions, convert the X and Y address to an index 0 to 24 inclusive, and then we'll have it. But we'll have to do that in another video because we're out of time. So here's what we did previously, and then you can go here if you want a longer description. You've been here. Like, subscribe, send money in the mail.